guys. Today we'll be under agricultural sciences, still under animal nutrition and digestion, and then section 1.1 we're still under the same unit, which is alimentary canal, right? But right now we will be treating alimentary canal of what, of a non-ruminant. In this case, we'll be treating of a fowl, and or if you don't want to say a fowl, you can say a chicken, right? So what happens is that, like, firstly we did what, we did alimentary canal of what, a kettle, and then after that we did alimentary canal of what, we did alimentary canal of what, we did alimentary canal of what, of a pig in the previous lesson, and then right now we will be treating the alimentary canal of what, of a fowl, right, or a chicken. So what happens is that, like, firstly guys, you can check a crop, right? Firstly, we as the tube that gets in there, a tube like that thing, it's an esophagus, right? The food will be entering there. Remember, a bolus, a bowl of food, right, entering in there, and then after move, what happens is that, like, the first part whereby it will be entering is the what, is the crop, right? And a crop is a what, is the soft bag-like enlargement in the esophagus of a fowl, and the crop stores, right, it moisten, it soften, and it also soak the bowl of food, which is bolus, right? So what happens is that it has four functions, but you can know maybe three, that will be fine. And you just need to know that it stores the food, it moisten the food, it soften the food, or it soak in the food, right? That's the functions of what, of the crop, right? Which the crop is the what, is the enlargement, the bag enlargement of what, of esophagus. As you can see, after we have in the esophagus, just immediately after the esophagus, there's an enlargement there of a what, the enlargement, the first part, which is E, which is I, or the name of it is what, it's a crop. The I there is the crop, right? And then we go to J after the what, the I, and then the J is a what, it's a proventriculus. It's a proventriculus, guys. Firstly, what can I say about proventriculus? We can say that proventriculus is the narrow glandular, and it's the first region of a bed stomach. It's the first region of the bed stomach between the crop. It's between, its location is found between the crop and the what, and the gizzard. And the gizzard, or the ventriculus. If you don't want to say gizzard, you can say ventriculus. And as you can see, the J is between what, is between I and K. And I, we said, is a what, is a crop. And J, we are saying, is a what, is a proventriculus. And the K, we are saying, is what, we're saying it's a gizzard or the ventriculus. If you don't want to say gizzard, you can say what, a ventriculus, right? That's what you can call it also. And then what happens is that it also contains digestive juices. You can say it contains digestive juices, or you can say what, it does what, it secretes digestive juices, right? And then now we go to the what, to the letter K there, which is the gizzard or the ventriculus. The gizzard or the ventriculus, it does what, is the muscular grinding stomach or in a fowl with tiny stones to assist grinding of food into smaller pieces. So what is this trying to say? It says that inside K, inside the gizzard or the ventriculus, there are tiny stones, right, which assist to grind food into small pieces, right? So meaning that the reason, like, the gizzard or the ventriculus is helping to grind food into smaller pieces because of remember, a fowl or a chicken, it doesn't have what, it doesn't have teeth, so it cannot chew. So what happens is that the gizzard or the ventriculus, it helps it to do what, it helps in chewing the food into smaller pieces, right? Remember that, guys. And then the letter L there is the what, is the cloaca. A cloaca, it's a common opening in fowls for the digestive system, right? Digestive system, which are feces. So it's the common opening. So meaning it's where it allows the feces to go out, right? That we know. But as it's not called the cloaca, remember, it's called the anus, right? And remember, the food goes into the esophagus by the process called what, peristalsis, and it goes. That's that, guys. And then also what you need to know, we have the what, the small intestine. It's also divided into three parts, which are what, the three parts, which is what, a duodenum, ileum, and jejunum, right? And then remember, in the what, in the fowl or chicken, we found what, we find the what, we find different parts now when we go to what, when we go to the what, when we go to the large intestine, right? The large intestine in this case, right? So it contains what, It contains the rectum, the caecum. But in this case, as you can see, there are two caecum, but we can say caecums. You see, so instead of saying caecums, we are saying caeca, right? That's what you need to note, and that's all you need to note, guys. This is the end of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening, and come back again, guys. Thank you so much.